Happy Pride Month, everybody. This is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about Claire from Derry Girls. Claire is my all-time favorite character, mainly because one, she's the smart one, and two, she is so paranoid and spazzes out every chance she gets. And it is hilarious. And when she spazzes out, her voice gets like, I can't even get the words out because I'm laughing already. This show always make me laugh every time I try to like talk about it, review or whatever. But every time she spazzes out, her voice gets like super high pitched and everything, which is not her normal voice. The actress puts on like a fake voice. The actress is actually a lot older than people assume because she's playing a high school girl, a Catholic girl in high school, and yeah, she is nowhere near that age and stuff. You'll be surprised if you know her real age. But Derry Girls take place in Derry, Ireland in the 90s during the Troubles. I've already talked about that. So this video is not going to be about that. Just find my season 1 rundown review if you want to know what the Troubles are in Ireland versus England. And yeah, that was a real life event that lasted for decades and stuff. But anyway, this video is about Claire and Claire coming out. This was quite a shocker because nobody really expected this watching the show. It happened in the 6th episode, the season finale of season 1. And so nothing led up to this. This was a complete shock and other like, oh my God moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? And normally when things aren't built up, people get kind of annoyed. But this one's totally okay because when you hear her talk and why she decided to come out, it just makes perfect sense on like a story building wise and stuff. And so what happened is that Erin takes the job of like the newspaper thing at the Catholic school. Well, she needs help, and Jenny and them aren't going to help her, so she gets her group of friends. Well, there's only one problem. There's nothing to report about, and so they decide, okay, they're just going to make up the news and everything. Well, at some point, they decide to go through and find a bunch of letters that are sent to, like, I guess, like the publication thing at the school. And so, like, Erin finds a note from an anonymous person. It's talking about, the title is something like The Suffocation of Being a Gay Teenager or something like that. And so she starts reading it. And she's all like, my God, we have a gay person among us at the school and everything, a lesbian. See, they go to an all-girl Catholic school. James is the only boy who goes there because he's English. And because Ireland hates England around this time and vice versa, they feared that he went to an all-boys school, he'll probably end up like getting beat up or murdered or something like that. So he goes to like the girls' Catholic school. And so like, Erin is just like shocked. She can't like believe this. And Ola, her cousin, is all like, I don't believe in lesbians because Ola's dumb as rocks. Ola's not homophobic, but she's literally just dumb as rocks. She doesn't believe they exist. She thinks they're like a fairy tale or something like that. Trust me, she is dumb as rocks. Now, James, he doesn't care and he accepts people for who they are, but Michelle, she's the feisty, rude one. She's not homophobic, but she will make fun of you and like your beliefs and whatever you are. And so she's always like bringing up terms that like some people use, some people don't. But she's not homophobic. She's just mean in general. And so she wants to publish this. But Sister Michael says she refuses to publish this anonymous letter. There's no reason as to why Sister Michael won't allow it. Maybe because she's a Catholic nun, or maybe it's because, you know, it's a person's personal thing and they put the name on it and stuff like that. Well, Erin decides she's going to publish it anyways and stuff, and says she will not be silent. And so her and her friends pass them out. But Claire is the only person who's not passing them out because Claire quits and everything. She got into a little bit of a rift with Erin about, like, you know, invading the personal person's privacy. Oh, my bad. It's really late. Sorry for yawning. Like invading a person's privacy, and nobody should like publish this and stuff like that. So like James is all like, I support people who are gay, even though I'm straight. And Olaf's all like, they do is this and everything. And then so Erin's in the newspaper office all by herself. Claire comes up to her. And so Erin's being like a little smug self, talking about, oh, look who came back, wanting to work here. And so then they started talking about the letter. And Erin's all like, oh yeah, I don't think it could ever be you. And Claire, with the normal sounding voice, is all like, well, it is me and everything. And Aaron's all like, no, it's not. And Claire's like, it is me and everything. And once again, Aaron does not believe her until Claire has to like shout at her and let her know that it is her. And so Aaron's just kind of like, you're a lesbian? And she's all like, yeah. And she's all like, like, she wrote that like a while back and everything, because she's never admitted it like out loud because she was too scared and everything. But like she just started writing a letter, and then it just went kind of like crazy after that. And then she put published, not published, but she sent it in anonymously and everything. And so she's all like, it's because of you, Aaron, and everything. But the whole won't be silent thing, that it gave her the courage to like come out and everything. And Aaron is disgusted by this. She's all like, you're blaming me for all this crap. And so Claire is just like beside herself, kind of like, what's kind of like going on and everything. Because see, Aaron has never shared her views on homosexuality before. Now, her and Claire are best friends and stuff, right? And so Aaron literally and Claire tells her, like, I'm trying to come out here. And Aaron is all like, no, like, can't you just push it back in or something like that? And so they get into like an argument, and Claire tells her, she can't believe how like Aaron is acting and everything. She thought she would be like different and everything and more accepting. Well, then all of a sudden, Aaron and her smug little self, she's all like, I'm sorry, Claire, but I'm just not into you like that. And Claire's just kind of like, well, I'm not into you either. And then Aaron is offended by that and stuff. But then Claire gets so mad, she walks away. And then so Aaron has a sad look on her face. And then so we don't get to see the rest of the falling out as like, they're in classes and stuff. But when Erin's with her parents having dinner, she tells them, she doesn't tell them necessarily what happened, but she tells them straight up that, Claire will not talk to her no more. She won't even look at her. And in fact, when they're at classes together, Claire will sit like far away and stuff. And she talks about how she just wants her best friend back, and she's sad and like, stuff like that. And so like, cause she's not, see, they're Catholic and they're raised Catholic, and this is the 90s, remember? So all this stuff was considered like taboo and like disgusting to people and stuff. And so even though Aaron does not accept her for who she is, she just wants her best friend back and stuff, because she misses Claire and stuff. So the whole episode goes by and they just won't talk to each other, right? And so like towards the very end of the episode, it's the talent show thing, and it's Michelle and it's Aaron in one spot, and James and Claire sitting far away. Even James won't talk to Aaron no more. And so I guess Aaron spilled the beans to like the rest of them and everything. And I think Michelle makes fun of her a little bit and stuff. And so James decides he's gonna take Claire's side and stuff like that. Well, Aaron keeps like looking at her with a sad puppy dog look on her face, and Claire will kind of like glance over and turn her head like really fast and stuff because she don't want to look at it with the puppy dog eyes. And so at the talent show, it's Ola's turn, and Ola decides she's going to do a dance. Now, none of the people in the group knew she was going to do this. And Ola is dancing to Madonna's Like a Prayer. And when she does, like I said before, Ola is dumb as rocks. And she's dancing very goofy. Now, this show is on Netflix. But the clips of Claire coming out, there's at least 3 of them from the Irish channel that airs their show, upload on their channel. Also, Ola's Dance. And so, like, while everybody's making fun of Ola and stuff, these two girls really make fun of her and call Ola a name. And when I originally reviewed this, I thought they used a homophobic slur, the D word, but they didn't. See, they have such thick Irish accents, I mistake the bad slur for a man's you know what. So when I put the closed caption on, 'cause I wanted to know what the world they said, it's not the slur, it's just a man's you know what. And then so Erin, in defiance of like those girls, because Olaf's her cousin, she's all like, yeah, but she's my like peanuts or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the D word on here. And then so Claire comes up, she's like, she's all of ours, you know what? And then so her and Erin, they both turn at each other and they just look into each other's eyes and they give each other a nod, indicating that their friendship is indeed back on. They don't even have to say it. And that's like a good moment. Like, 'cause, I mean, they could have went the mushy route and ran up to each other and hugged and talking about how they miss each other, but just the look in both their eyes and that smile on their face and the indication of the nod was like all you need, you know what I'm saying? And so they both go up there on stage. This causes Michelle to get annoyed and she's all like, and she goes up there. And James, he goes up there next. And then they all just support Ola by like dancing and stuff. And it was a great moment. And they danced just as silly as she did. Now, unbeknownst to them, what's going on was that there was a bombing in Ireland. 12 people had died because the English set off a pipe bomb and everything. It was on the news that the parents were watching, because you gotta remember the troubles was going on around this time. Now, because this is only 6 episodes per season and the shows don't really linger on certain topics, it's like the troubles is like it's going on, but you see the girls and everybody else interacting in normal days. You would never assume there's a skirmish going on between Ireland and England. So a couple episodes in, it's the 2nd season. And they have some kind of like dance at the Catholic school. And Claire, nobody at school knows what she is. And so she says she was going to ask James to be her date, like bearding him and everything. But he let them know that he's not going because he hates dances and stuff. So this upsets her. Well, they meet like a new girl at school who's Asian. And I was very shocked because you don't see too many Asian Irish people on TVs and movies and stuff. Whenever it's about like Ireland people, it's always white. And so I knew there was like an Asian like Irish people because of that one girl from Harry Potter and stuff. But you never see them on TV. And so like, well, at least the stuff that comes over to America, you never see them on TV and stuff. And so like the girl finds out Claire's like a lesbian. She's all like, you know what? I'll go on a date with you to like the prom and everything. Like, why not? And everything. It'll be fun. And so this girl's very rebellious and everything. And it turns out she's actually very dangerous. I think she set her last school on fire or something. Well, there's a girl named Jenny, and Jenny took the dress that the new girl wanted. This pisses her off to where she's going to have a Carrie moment at the school dance. When James and Claire and everybody else finds out, they try to like stop it and everything because Jenny's about to get soaked in like red paint or something like that. And so they try to rescue her, but they get doused with like the stuff. No, I think it's like punch or something like that. And so this was the closest thing she ever had a date with like a girl, right? Then we get to season 3, the final season. Now, I've only seen 2 episodes of season 3 via YouTube because this is not out on Netflix yet. You know, the show is already out in England. However, the channel that airs them has aired clips of the show, so I've watched a couple of clips. Not all, because I don't want to spoil myself. So this will be a spoiler of season 3. So, Fat Boy Slim is coming to Derry. And actually, no, let me pause that for a second. Let me get into this other episode I just got through talking about. It's about Claire's parents. So they're at their like high school reunion, right? And they're talking to Michelle and James' uncle, not uncle, but cousin, older cousin, who they knew growing up with, right? They knew him when they was in like Catholic school, and so like he revealed to them all these years he's gay and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, really? You know, our daughter, she's like a gay and everything." And so he asked them, you know, like, "How do you feel about that?" And because we never knew what her parents felt, right? Like they never, ever, ever revealed what they thought because we don't ever get to see her parents on the show. We only get to see one set of parents, and it's Aaron's parents and Olaf's mom. And they said at first they did not like it, but then they came around. And that's a good thing they came around, you know, because like, you know, it's their child. And so, you know, you have to be there for your kid and stuff because there's nothing wrong with them, nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to the other thing. So Claire, I've seen in some clips in the third season, has embraced like her lesbian side. She's starting to wear more rainbow type stuff, has a rainbow like umbrella. Well, Fat Boy Slim is coming to Derry, like I said before. And so when they're all at the place ready to buy tickets because they're running out of tickets, Michelle sees the cash register lady and she's all like, "Oh, you know, she's a lesbian and you should like talk to her and ask her out and all this other stuff." Because Claire has never been on a date, never had a girlfriend, never had a kiss or nothing like that. And so she's all like, "You should tell her like you're a lesbian and everything." And she's all like, "I'm not gonna do that, Michelle," and everything, and blah blah blah. So then when the girl asks, you know, "Hey, can I help y'all?" Claire completely freaks out. And the first thing that blurts out her mouth is, "I'm a lesbian." Well, anyways, they talk a little bit and they get their tickets, right? And the girl's all like, you know, "I'm gonna be there at the little concert party thing." It's kind of like a Halloween party. So they're gonna be in costume. She tells her she's gonna be a clown, and you know, maybe I'll see you there. Kind of like, you know, like she's interested. And this makes not Michelle, but Claire very happy and stuff because, like, you know, finally this is like looking up for her and stuff. Now the cash register lady, I am shocked and surprised to see what race she is. She's half black. And I know what you're thinking to yourself. Why are you shocked? See, here's the thing. Remember when I told you I was shocked when I saw an Asian person from Ireland on TV? I'm even more shocked to see a black person. I have never seen a black Irish person before. Never, never in a movie, never in a TV show. Never. It was to the point where there's this one Irish actress who was from a show years ago. I contacted her and I asked her straight up, "Yo, are there any black folks in Ireland?" I mean, it's a legit question if you never saw it on TV and stuff, you know? And she said, "Yeah, there's like tons of black people here." But she said, sadly, you just won't be able to see them on TV because, you know, how the world is and stuff. It's just like she said, you know, they're working on it, but you know how people, prejudice and racist people are, they don't even want people on TV and stuff. And that's really sad. It's like the 2000s for crying out loud, you know? But anyways, so Claire's all happy. She's excited and she's at the party. But there's a problem. There are multiple clowns at the party. So Claire is furious because she's just like, I should just go home and everything. And so Olaf comes up with a great idea. She's like, "Why don't we just unmask everybody?" So that what the group does. They just start running up the people who have clown masks on, pulling up their mask and everything like that. Well, James pulls up the mask of a man he almost got into a fight with at the store, but he doesn't want to fight this man. So the man is trying to choke James out. So the girls come in to help James, and they all get kicked out for fighting. As they're leaving, Claire sees the girl and everything. She has her mask off and asks, you know, why Claire is leaving, and she tells her. So they start talking a little bit. Claire's all nervous and shy, and then all of a sudden, the girl just like runs up to like Claire and kisses her like passionately on the lips. And this is now finally Claire's very first kiss. And the way the actress did it was perfect. She just seemed like shocked, but like in a happy way, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't try to engage, she just like took it and everything. And so they talk a little bit more, and Claire asks, "Are we going like steady now, or something like that?" She's all like, "Yeah, that's kind of what you can call it now," and everything. And so Claire is finally has like a girlfriend after 3 seasons and stuff. And her friends are very happy and excited for her because they just want her to be happy. And that's how all people should be when it comes to anybody of any gender, race, or whatever, and who they date and stuff. Unless it's a bad person. Like, if it's not like a bad person, drugs, shooting, all this other stuff, killing, and all kind of nasty stuff, like they be going in and out of jail, then no, do not support that. But anything else is okay. And stuff, you know. And so like, this is cool, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta remember the setting. It's in the 90s. It's another country. She's a teenager and everything, and she's had to hide this secret her entire life. And then when she did come out, she still had to like hide it and stuff, you know. And she can only come out in small little doses and stuff, so the townspeople won't like lynch her or nothing like that. And and it was great. She was able to finally, after all this time, find somebody, and it made her happy. Although I will say, it does suck the way she got like a girlfriend, because it's kind of like one thing in storytelling you see when it comes to like LGBT people is kind of like, there's one person who's like hidden and comes out and they just want somebody to date. So the first person like them they find, they just automatically dates or fall in love with them because they're like, oh, you're the only other person, so I might as well just like fall in love with you automatically. And I hate seeing that crap, But it's only a 6 episode season, and they're 20 minutes long, so I guess they haven't had like to rush it, but still it would have been nice if they would have talked a whole lot more than just a few minutes and went on their date, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.